Hey y'all, it's me, your Not So Fairy YouTuber, back at it again. So I'm here with another video. So today I'm gonna be doing my little recap on Disventure Camp Season 4, episodes 15 and 16. So yeah, I hope you guys are ready to hear my thoughts about it, but also it's about to be a player's birthday tomorrow, aka mine. So if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to turn on post notification bells while I post a new video. And yeah, let's get on with the video. So where do I begin with episode 15? Yeah, basically that Jade and Spencer's alliance are starting to crumble, actually. And I'm like, yeah, it was bound to happen because Spencer can be a lot more, how do I put this? Impulsive. Like, he would do things that are questionable. I can say that. But hey, that is the game, though. And, people are going to choose to be mad at over decisions that the other person is trying to make just to further their game plan. So, yeah. Then after, Benji's elimination and whatever, so they end up going to a little haunted house. A little haunted house, y'all. And let's just say this challenge was a lot more scarier, and it definitely was, Isabel's kryptonite because she don't do the demonic BS and whatever. So they enter this and that. I like the challenge. I'll say that. I think the first people that actually went out was Hannah and Natalia. Then Spence, no, not Spencer. Then Logan. But also the other thing is that what I was most happy about is that Spencer and Logan finally shared a kiss. Even though I was rooting for Diego and Spencer, like the earlier in the season. Sorry, I can't talk as much right now, but bear with me, y'all. I was rooting for, like I said, I was rooting for Spencer Diego earlier in the season, but it's just he got out too early, and overall, I just wish that Spencer could have like had some different opportunities or possibilities for him to still use Diego and not make him feel like that he was a liability. So, but that's besides that. But I was happy that Logan and Spencer shared a kiss, and then then Logan got out. Then on, the Squid Game type of challenge, like the glass floors challenge, part of the challenge. Oh my god, I would not last in that scenario. I feel like I would choose the wrong tile and then I would instantly drop. But overall, Jade and Richard both fell. Then Isabel was alone, and Isabel was, crapping her pants. So yeah. Then leading on to the last part, actually no, not the last part. Then leading on to the part with the rats and whatever. Oh my god, I would also, if I was in that predicament too, I would not be dealing well with rats either. So, to get a key. Yeah, and then basically the whole girls alliance are scheming. Basically, they're going rogue behind Isabel and Jade's back, but at the same time, like they want Spencer out because Spencer is an actual threat. He's smart. He can sometimes be really good in challenges, and yeah, and his determinedness and willingness to, and also his perseverance to make it further into the game. It shows that how much of a threat he is. So yeah, leading up to that, it was Spencer versus Isabel at the last part of the challenge on episode 15. And of course, Spencer is trying to be the villain like always, just because he's so determined to win. But yeah, it ended up actually backfiring on him, and Isabel won the challenge. Kudos to Isabel. Then basically before the process of voting, Spencer, he kind of did a low blow on Zayd. I could say that. If there's one thing I could say is that during these types of games, never mention people's family. None. Never. It's a big no-no. Because now you just basically dug your own grave, and then now, like, you might get karma after that, just by mentioning someone's, family members. Like, you don't mention kids, you don't mention siblings, you don't mention, moms or dads, like, whatever. You never mention, someone's family members that are actually, like, really close to them. And that's exactly what Spencer did. So I know people in the comments be like, well, like, I don't think it was a low blow, but like, yeah, it is a low blow. And if people are going to try to argue with me in the comment section that if that's not a low blow, then boo-hoo, next caller. But besides that, Richard ends up leaving. We have to say goodbye to Richard. He played very well. He was, he was for like, an old timer, on Disventure Camp. He, Connor and Miriam, they played well. They played well, like, and they made it further into the game, and they just proved, like, and they broke the stereotype, like, that the older people have got what it takes, to make it further into these types of games. And trust me, like, never underestimate them. But overall, I did have to say goodbye to Richard. It was I was bummed out about it. So yeah. Then episode 16, we're going to go into episode 16, is the comeback challenge. I was happy to see the returning cast, well, the losers basically from the earlier part of the episode of the season. Like, I was happy to see everyone. Whatever, including Linda, even though Linda, I like her, but at the same time, like, she sometimes can be bitter. But before I get into this review for this episode, so my top pick, like, two people who I want to see return was definitely Amelie. I will say that. Amelie, I wanted to see her back, and Diego, because that's my husband and I want to see him win, just for him to go traveling, but, it never worked out. But yeah, they all come back. They all start pairing up, this and that. I was happy that Hannah and Amelie started pairing up, even though I did a glimpse of that, and it was so obvious that she wanted to pick Benji, whatever. But Jade ends up picking him. The order of the people picking their partners, I do somewhat agree with it, because, like, it's all based on performances from the challenge, like, from episode 15. Yeah, I did agree with it. And also, Isabel is playing it smart by picking Marissa so she can sabotage her, because she does have a point, though. If Marissa does get back in the game, her and Anastasia would have been, like, the biggest power duo couple, you name it. But overall, I was happy to see Marissa come back, even though, like, a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. They said that, actually not mixed feelings. They didn't like her coming back anyway, because they said that her story was done. But who knows? Maybe her story isn't done. And Odd Nations cartoons, they can sometimes be unpredictable, or sometimes predictable. So either way, like, who am I to be mad at, for a contestant coming back? If they played hard to get back, then that's it. A lot of people said that Ted should have came back and shit. Like, I mean, people said that Ted was robbed, but in my personal opinion, I think Ted was voted out fair and square. Like, voted out fair and square. Not just because of, like, on his performance on his team, like, whatever. It is much more the fact that, like, people played a better game than he did, and he decides to, team up with Linda and Richard and Logan, but it automatically backfired. So, of course, like, people are going to be mad. But overall, Ted's a good character. I like him. Like, I never, disliked him or nothing like that. I like all the cast members of this season anyway. So, yeah. Going, oh my God. Basically going into the challenge, like the challenges and like whatever, Diego and Spencer were very awkward with each other. And oh my God, I was like, not right. I was like, in my mind, I was like, not right now, because you're really in the middle of a challenge, and Spencer's doing everything he can to help you get back. I know for a fact that he did felt hurt, just because, you know, like, what is the point? Like, the moment I come back, are you gonna eliminate me and like whatever? I see Diego's point of view, but at the same time, like, I see Spencer's point of view too, because he wants him back in the game, and he wants to have an actual conversation with him. Because Spencer and Logan had a conversation, say that they were not ready to even be in a relationship, and I understand that completely. I completely understand that. It's just Diego. I know for a fact he has the right to be hurt, but the thing is that, like, he is in the middle of a challenge, so he needs to suck it up, put in his big boy pants, and then just go do the challenge. Yeah, I did also wanted Tristan to come back, but the thing is like, I like everyone in the cast. I just don't want them, like, it was hard for me to choose one, but I ended up choosing, like, my top picks of who I want to be back was Amelie and Diego. So, oh my God, Isabel, she got me cracking the fuck up. And she was being carried by Marissa, this and that. Overall, like I said, I was happy to see Marissa back, but oh my God, it's just, Isabel cracked me up so much. I liked Hannah and Amelie's determination on winning this challenge. And, that would be good for Hannah, even though, like, Amelie was her first ally. So that was good. I'm happy that Amelie came back in the challenge too. Literally, oh my God, the little beef between Amelie and Linda though is so fucking funny, and not Alessia trying to act cute though, just to have someone pick him, even though, like, he was last pick, kinda. Actually, no, he wasn't last pick. He was second to last pick, but yeah. Benji, I'm sorry, but oh my God. Now you trying to be smooth with Tristan though too. I cannot with you. You're funny. And then I was rooting for Diego though. I'll say that. Hold up, give me a minute. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I was rooting for Diego, because he was so determined to win, even though, like, it's just much more the fact that now it's just like he felt really hurt that, Spencer hurt him, and, like, but who can blame him? But at the same time, like, he did say this at the end, after he didn't win, like, because he was neck and neck with both Marissa and Amelie. So, but I'm glad that Spencer and Diego patched things up. It was good. Who knows? Maybe they might potentially date at the end of the season, or if not, a little suggestion for season 5: you should add a spicy Latino, homosexual villain. Hey, if you need some, inspo on art design, I might swing it your way, Odd Nations. Yeah. I kind of drew myself, like, on that type of art style before. I think I might send it. But overall, yeah. So yeah, like, I feel like for Diego and, like, whatever, I feel like he should try to probably find someone, like, probably end up dating someone, like, in the 5th season of Disventure Camp, and then also, like, going into All Stars 2, like, with it, like, with them, and, see how it turns out. But overall, that's just my wishful thinking. But oh my God, everyone was so cringe at the end, especially Tristan and Ivy, when they were saying goodbye to Zayd. I was like, what in the worst acting is this? I could not do with it. And then I did enjoy Benji and Hannah's, like, farewell to each other, and I feel like that's literally me and my friends whenever I'd be like, oh my God, you're leaving me. But overall, episode 16 was pretty good. Same with episode 15. I was happy either way with who returned. And I'm sorry for the people that did not like Marissa returning back. I'm sorry, like boohoo. Just just don't be coming in my comments, saying like Ted is the go. Yeah, Ted is like should have had his fair share too, but he did lose fair and square too. Like but to be honest though, I don't think anyone was necessarily robbed besides Tristan. Because they were using they used an idol, and then and they didn't do anything wrong. Like Tristan didn't do anything wrong, so I can consider that one of being robbed completely. The others they lost fair and square. I'll say that. But yeah, overall, this whole these recent episodes were pretty good, so I can live with that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below. If you're still wanting me to react to certain things, and I'll see y'all next time. And possibly, I think I might consider reacting to season 1 soon. If because I'm almost done with my whole Bad Girls Club series of me reacting to the girls' best moments. I'll be concluding with that chapter, this and that, and then I'm switching on to full on Disventure Camp and just reacting to the whole series on my channel. But yeah, I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.